Many mistakes killed megaprojects, causing billions in damage. Megaprojects are extensive systems that cost more than $1 billion and are approved by the government or private businesses. The government is launching several megaprojects with several goals in mind. The effects of similar megaprojects in society can be profound. Megaprojects actively advance healthy public growth, social advancement, and environmental protection. Megaprojects require significant labor investment in addition to financial resources. The main difficulty is completing comparable systems on schedule and within the projected budget. However, numerous large systems around the globe have overcome similar obstacles to finish the job quickly and within the projected price. The world's completed megaprojects include the Panama Canal expansion, the Aizhai Suspension Bridge in China, and the Port Main Bridge in Vancouver, British Columbia. Similar systems can fail spectacularly without careful planning and foresight. Due to financial mismanagement or inadequate planning, several megaprojects worldwide have been shelved in half or rendered unusable. Before we move on, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn the post notification on. Here are the top 11 global megaproject failures. Number 1. Ciudad Real International Airport, Spain. Spain consistently ranks among the most traveled nations in Europe. As a result, a new field at Ciudad opened in 2009 reduced traffic at Madrid Airport. The field, which cost roughly 1.1 billion euros to build, can accommodate 20 million passengers simultaneously. One of the 5 longest runways in Europe was at Ciudad Airport. Madrid, Spain's capital city, is 200 kilometers away from Ciudad Airport. Thus, a shortage of airlines due to a lack of passengers has worsened the state of the field. In the end, the Ciudad Airport saw that a loss proved to be an unsuccessful megaproject. Number 2. Dubai Greek Tower. Dubai launched the massive Greek Tower project, which aims to be the tallest man-made structure in the world. The plan was announced in February 2016 and is expected to cost more than $1 billion. The construction of it, which began with sword lines, proved to be a significant obstacle for the workers. The initial challenge of raising so many sword lines to the tower's height, which was planned to be 928 meters, arose once the palace's construction got underway. A building must also be habitable in at least 50% of its space to qualify as a skyscraper. However, only 30% of the Dubai Greek Tower is usable as a residence. The tower's construction is currently on hold. It should be finished by 2022. As a result, this massive undertaking is one of the world's failed systems. Number 3. Interstate H3 Highway, the USA Hawaii. There were many difficulties in finishing the Interstate H3 Highway on the island of Oahu in the U.S. state of Hawaii. This technical marvel was first proposed in 1960, but the concept was never implemented due to the objections from communities, environmentalists, and strict environmental rules. Nevertheless, the U.S. Congress removed these impediments in 1986 and started building the 24-kilometer roadway. It connects the Kaneohe Marine Corps Air Station on the eastern seacoast to the Pearl Harbor Naval Base Hickam Air Force Base complex on the south side of the islet close to Honolulu. The building was finished in 1997. However, delays and other problems caused the design to cost 5 times as much as the money allotted for the project. One of the most valuable interstate highways ever built is the H3 Highway. It ultimately cost $1.3 billion, or about $80 million per mile. Therefore, it was a bad design. Number 4. Naypyidaw, Myanmar. The ghost city, commonly known as Naypyidaw, was chosen to serve as Myanmar's new capital. Given the limited area available and the fact that the population of the current capital, Yangon, is expected to quadruple by 2050, the Myanmar government started building the new capital in 2002. The goal was to move the country's capital geographically to the country's center. The megacity of Naypyidaw finished in 2012 and included bright installations such as hospices, services, good roads, shopping promenades, gymnasiums, etc. Yet many were reluctant to relocate there. People avoid Naypyidaw due to its lack of high-quality medical and educational facilities and lengthy travel times to nearby metropolises. Naypyidaw might be seen as a bad design because people are the heart of any city. Number 7. Yucca Mountain Nuclear Waste Repository. A massive project called the Yucca Mountain Radioactive Waste Repository was started to handle the nuclear waste from hundreds of nuclear power plants in the U.S. Because of its sparse population and the potential of its mountains to absorb nuclear waste, Yucca was chosen to build the waste treatment factory. However, the Yucca residents were against the plan. Their biggest objection stemmed from their worry that Yucca's water sources would be contaminated. On the other hand, the Yucca Mountain plan was started in the early 1980s. The President and Congress approved the location of this depository in 2002 to be Yucca Mountain in Nevada. As objections and resistance to the design grew, the United States withdrew its support for the massive project in 2010. In 2012, the federal court permitted it to continue working, although no additional building has been done. Therefore, Yucca is a mega project that cost billions of dollars and ultimately failed. Number 8. London Garden Bridge. If it had been finished, the London Garden Bridge under construction over the River Thames in London would have been among the most stunning bridges in the world. Half of the bridge's construction was abandoned in 2017 as it became clear that the location where it was being built didn't require such a bridge. It invested an estimated $272.8 million. The London Garden Bridge, which started its construction to connect the Temple Resistance Station on the north bank to the south bank, was close to a number of other inexpensive bridges serving a similar purpose. Number 9. Superconducting Super Collider USA. A fly-spec accelerator complex called Desertron, also known as the Superconducting Super Collider, was built in Waxahachie, Texas. This massive project was supposed to advance science significantly in the United States, but it failed due to poor planning and execution. The tunnel's projected length of 87 kilometers was cut short at 22.5 kilometers. Number 10. Rook Hotel. North Korea built the Rook Hotel, often known as the Hostel of Doom, intending to lure tourists from abroad. The 105-story hotel, which has a height of 330 meters, started its construction in Pyongyang in 1987 with funding from the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union's demise caused North Korea to experience severe financial hardships, and the hotel's construction was put on hold in 1992. 26 years later, in 2018, an additional $180 million worth of ornamental LED illumination was added to the hotel's outside walls, transforming the entire building into a heightened display of nationalistic imagery. According to Reuters, the total cost of the renovation of the damaged hotel is expected to be approximately $2 billion. This represents around 5% of North Korea's GDP. Consequently, this enormous endeavor is seen as a failure. However, the tallest building in North Korea is the pyramid-shaped Rook Hotel. Guinness World Record says it's the world's highest empty structure. Number 11. Hollands Saws Rail Tunnel, Sweden. Southwest Sweden's 5.4-mile Hollands Rail Tunnel, commonly known as ScanLink, was supposed to be finished by 1995. Work on it started in 1992. Groundwater began seeping into the tunnel almost right at once, which created a significant issue for the engineers working on the mammoth project. The drill's failure after digging only 59 feet of rock worsened matters. Due to poor planning and vision, many of these mega projects built for a nation's advancement and glory have failed tragically and cost the government a ton of money. With careful planning and forward thinking, we should expect to see several worthwhile mega projects in the many globe corridors in the future. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn the post notification on. See you next time.